going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we got the expected content schedule for this week in MUT 23. We're also going to give you predictions on Team of the Week 18 and Part 2 of the playoff promo. Now, if you guys enjoy this video, if you like it, if it helps you out, make sure you go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. Also, if you're brand new here, you were searching around YouTube for MUT 23 content, whether it's how to make coins, how to get free players, how to build your ultimate team, you found the right channel for everything. Stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. So here it is, the expected content schedule for this week in MUT 23. Do note that this is going to be going forward with GMM. It's only going to be Tuesdays and Wednesdays now, so the 17th and the 18th, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. That's where you can get your Twitch drops each and every week. The AKA, the new class, this content dropped today. We did put out a video earlier this morning going over pretty much everything in detail on it, but I do want to circle back on this because we did find out the discounted abilities on all of the players, and you can find them on MUT.gg. Here are my top 4, and these aren't in really any order, but I want to give you the discounted abilities because I think these cards are that much better because of it. First one is going to be Lamar Jackson in the second to last ability bucket. He can get Set Feet Lead for 2 AP, Evasive for 0 AP, and Gutsy Scrambler for 1 AP. In the last ability bucket, again, you have to power him up to get this. He can either get Hot Route Master for 2 AP, Fearless for 1 AP, and Fast Break for 1 AP. So I think for Set Feet Lead and Hot Route Master together for 4 AP is not a bad combination on that card. And obviously he's going to give you speed, and everything else is really good about that card. Tyreek Hill, the Cheetah, he's going to get some good abilities as well. 97 speed, of course, is the main selling point on this card. But in that second to last bucket, he either gets Deep Out Elite for 1 AP, Wide Receiver Apprentice for 1 AP, or Short Out Elite, which crushes man coverage when you're pressed, for 0 AP. Really good ability for a fast receiver like him. Could be very, very game changing. And then that last ability bucket, he's either going to get Route Tech for 1 AP, Slot-O-Matic for 1 AP, or Mid and Elite for 1 AP. So that speed plus some really good abilities. I'm starting to like this card. Jamal Adams is going to get Crusher for 0 AP, or Deep Out Zone KO, or Mid Zone KO. In that second to last ability bucket, the Crusher would be 0, the other two would be 1 AP. And in the last ability bucket, he gets Deep In Zone KO for 1 AP, Flat Zone KO for 1 AP, or Pick Artist for 1 AP. I added that card to the squad this morning and put Pick Artist on him for 1 AP. And then finally, I think this is the best AKA new class card released today. It's going to be Stephon Gilmore, Gilly Lock, 6'1" cornerback with 95 speed, 96 man coverage, 95 zone. And not only that, in that second to last bucket, he gets either Tip Drill or Pick Artist for 0 AP. You get to pick one out of the other, or you can go Deep Out Zone KO for 1 AP. I would rock Pick Artist there. And in the last ability bucket, he either gets Short Route KO for 1 AP, which is amazing against, or for man coverage schemes, I should say. Chuck Out for 1 AP. I haven't really used that ability, so I can't really attest to it. And then also Acrobat for 1 AP. So I think a combination of Acrobat and Pick Artist for 1 total AP is just really good. So those are my top 4 favorite cards and the discounted abilities. Back to the content schedule. Tomorrow is going to be the last week of Team of the Week 18. And this is important not only because, you know, we're getting the content, obviously, but tomorrow is also the day that if you've been playing your Team of the Week solos, and you can still catch up now, they don't expire, but if you've been beating and playing all of your solos, and that's going to be weeks 1 all the way through 18, if you look at the milestone rewards and scroll all the way down to the bottom here, 108 stars, you're going to get basically a fantasy pack that lets you pick what I assume here is your choice of any of the Player of the Week cards. So make sure you get those solos done. They don't take much time. You can hit the ground running tomorrow as soon as the new ones drop and get yourself a free card tomorrow. Back to the schedule again. So Team of the Week, Week 18 tomorrow, probably about 4 p.m. Eastern time, possibly at 2. They'll likely do one reveal tonight on Twitter, and then the rest of them will be revealed tomorrow morning on GMM. We'll have videos covering all of that for you guys, and we're going to do some predictions on the back half of this video as well for those Team of the Week, Week 18 players. Playoff Pass in present, so part 2 of the playoff promo is coming. This is likely going to be a Thursday, more than likely. We're going to see the reveals for those cards on GMM that Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. I'm going to give you some guesses on players that I think are going to be part of the present based off of this past weekend's wild card games, and some players that could be like 93 or 96 overalls from this content drop. And then, of course, Legends on Saturday. Second to last weekend for the Legends. Remember, we got 2 more weeks left, and they will likely be playoff Legends, so, you know, players who had good playoff performances will get Legend cards based off of those. Let's go ahead and do our Team of the Week, Week 18 predictions. There wasn't really a bunch of amazing performances, to be honest, so we're going to start off with Russell Wilson, who probably played his best game as a Bronco in the last game of the season with a win against the Chargers. He could potentially get a 96 overall card for this. 283 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. At the running back position, we had Tyler Algier, who had a Team of the Week card not too long ago. He had 135 yards on the ground, the best for any running back in Week 18, but no touchdowns. Zach Moss had 114 rushing yards and 1 touchdown, so he could possibly see a lower overall Elite Team of the Week card. When it comes to wide receivers, in a losing effort, Keenan Allen had 8 catches for 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. Probably the best, most deserving performance from a wide receiver in Week 18 that, you know, that deserves one. Stephon Diggs had a pretty good game, 7 catches, 104 yards and a touchdown. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe him get a playoff card, and not based off of this week's performance, which he did have a good game this past weekend. But remember, he had the Minneapolis miracle catch that was, I think, right around a year ago. So could they commemorate that play and that catch with a playoff card and give him a 96 overall? I think that's actually more likely than him getting a Team of the Week card. On defense, Alex Highsmith, who got a Team of the Week card earlier in the year, in Week 18 had 8 tackles and 2.5 sacks. We have Mike Dana for the Chiefs, who had 2 sacks in Week 18, and both of those forced a fumble. Eagles legend Rodney McLeod in a losing effort in the last game of the season there against the Texans, I believe it was, right? He had 1 interception, and he returned that interception for a touchdown. And then finally, Jalen Ramsey, who is probably kind of in line for an upgrade, right? Had a 92 most feared. Could he get a 96 overall Team of the Week? He had 2 interceptions in Week 18. We've had a run of really, really good cornerbacks that have come out lately. This would just add to that list and could be definitely a good card if they give him one. Let's talk wild card weekend. So this would be part of the playoff promo, and I'm guessing some 93s and 96s are going to be dropping based off of this weekend's performances. You got to think Brock Purdy is pretty much a lock to get a card here. I'd say he had the best offensive performance of the entire weekend. 332 passing yards and 3 touchdowns in the rout over the Seahawks. DK Metcalf in a losing effort, and listen, EA typically doesn't give +2s, so I don't actually think this is going to happen, but I do think it's worth mentioning. In a losing effort in the playoffs, and a +2 is kind of like a double negative for him being in line with an upgrade. But DK Metcalf, 136 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns over the weekend. And then Gabriel Davis, who hasn't had a card since the Harvest promo, he had 113 receiving yards for the Bills in their win against the Dolphins and 1 touchdown. If there was one absolute stone cold lead pipe lock for a playoff card Thursday, it's going to be Sam Hubbard, who picked up the scoop and the score to pretty much win the game for the Bengals over the Ravens. That's got to be considered like one of the biggest plays, I wouldn't say in playoff history, but maybe in wild card weekend history. Just such a game-changing play. So that's really all he did. Like, he didn't fill up the stat sheet, but that play alone I think is going to get him at minimum a 93 with the potential of a 96 overall. I'm going to butcher this guy's last name, so I'm not even going to go ahead and attempt to do it. We'll just call him Charles O. But the 49ers player here had 2 sacks and 1 forced fumble over the weekend. Another player in a losing effort, and I tweeted this and I hope it comes true, and I would love to see him get an upgrade, is going to be Javon Holland, who got a headliner's card, almost at Harvest, a headliner's card real early in the year. Like, this is the first big promo of the year, and it was a really good card at the time, and when he gets an upgrade, whatever card that ends up being is going to be good as well. He had 10 tackles in a losing effort against the Bills and 1 interception. It was more of a tipped pass that just fell in his hands, but you know what? I don't care. If it's going to give him a brand new MUT card, I will take it. And then one more, and I just don't see how they can deny giving Asante Samuel Jr. a card here. 3 interceptions in 1 game. Of course, they lost, blew the 27-0 lead. And to make matters more difficult, he already has a playoff card. But remember, this one would have been upgraded only if the Chargers won the game, and it would have went to a 91 overall. Obviously, they didn't win. This card's not going to change, so he could get a 93 or a 96. It's 3 interceptions in 1 playoff game. I don't care if he just got a card a couple days ago. He absolutely deserves one. So those are my predictions. Lots of content on the way Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And of course, you found the right channel for videos for all of that. So stay tuned for more. Thank you guys for tuning into this one. My name is Popular Stranger, and I'm out. Peace.